They're taking those bodies out of those caskets so they can put it in our food. I believe every word.
Something didn't set right with me today. As I was digging, the guy that's the director of the graveyard walked up to me. And he was like, we need to lift that casket up to get it even.
So by now, I'm sure y'all done seen that viral video of that gentleman saying he has a side hustle for digging graves. He noticed while him and his boss was trying to level out the caskets in the grave sites that they were kind of light when lifting. Now, the gentleman say he asked his boss or coworker, and the man replied back, don't ask a question you're not ready for the answer.
That when he lifted up the casket, it was light as a feather. Like I'm talking about, it was so light that it doesn't even make sense. He said to one of the guys that worked there for a while, he said, why is it so light?
Have you ever thought about what happens to your family members' bodies after you leave that burial service? Well, it's a video going viral right now of a guy that says he believes that it can't be bodies in those caskets.
So if the bodies are not in the caskets, exactly where are the bodies at?
Hey, I heard about that dude that's going viral right now for telling us what's really happening at the funeral homes. And he said they're trying to silence him and they just fired him. So basically, bro just got on the internet and was like, y'all, they just fired me because of that last video he did, where he basically was telling us what really be going down at the funeral homes. And he said that they do not be burying the people that y'all think y'all burying. It don't be nobody in them caskets when y'all leave. Where's the bodies, bro? And his boss basically was just like, you ain't ready for the answers, stop asking questions.
Y'all want to hear some shit to...
Curiosity killed a cat. This is an episode with very many questions but with less answers. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you're at. Just in case you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Sumi and I hope you do consider subscribing on the channel. Depending from the few clips that we've just watched, I came across very many videos from different people reacting on a video from this white man over here about the information that he spread on the internet. He came out and gave a very crucial story about graveyards. He comes out and says that he is a part-time graveyard worker. He literally works in the graveyards. So he took over this job because he wanted to get some money. But however, here comes a day where he was with one of his bigger either managers or anybody who is managing him. He tells him to go and dig a certain grave and remove a certain casket. So when he removes it, he says that how comes that this one is more light? It seems like as if it is empty. So when he asked this manager or one of the people who manages him, the person asks him, why are you asking this question? Are you ready for the answers that are going to come out? So this person really got so triggered why his boss had to ask him this question. So therefore he comes on social media and he narrates this story to people. This story has brought a lot of backlashes, people asking themselves very many questions with less answers. Apparently this guy says that he is even threatened to an extent that he's going to lose his job. So you guys, I want us to watch this video, the original video from the guy and also other clips, and let me know what you think about it down in the commentary. And I'm also going to come back and I give my last opinion.
Shit to really blow y'all's mind this morning. So as a side hustle, I dig graves and graveyards and cemeteries across Bowling Green and surrounding counties. Something didn't set right with me today. As I was digging, the guy that's the director of the graveyard walked up to me and he was like, we need to lift that casket up to get it even. So we put it on a tally and brought it back up. When we brought it back up, it come off even in a way, but it was crooked in the corner. So he's like, we got to lift it. So I lifted it, me and him together. But the weirdest thing was, it was really light. Like, extremely light. Like, and I'm not a big dude. So I was like, you know, I told him, I was like, why is that so light? He was like, don't ask questions that you ain't ready for. Y'all, I'm freaked out. What are they doing with these bodies?
They're taking those bodies out of those caskets so they can put it in our food. I believe every word.
So if the bodies are not in the caskets, exactly where are the bodies at?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. Really want to know where they go? Check your restaurant, check your grocery stores, you know.
Now, I live for a good conspiracy, but this latest one, graveyard secrets, they burying empty caskets, or that somehow restaurants are involved in selling human meat. Come on now, y'all. So they got room and resources to bury the casket, but not the body? Now, my family owns a cemetery and a funeral home. And lightweight caskets don't mean they empty. That just means the family chose a style that's more in their budget. Some caskets are made of softwood and biodegradable materials. Everybody don't want that big, thick, expensive casket. The caskets are light because the family is choosing a style that's within their budget. And yes, cemeteries are filling up. And when a family buys a plot in a cemetery, they can choose to have a double depth plot. With a double depth plot, the first one is buried 9 feet deep. There's 18 inches above the second one, which is buried 6 feet deep, and there's 18 inches to the surface. And if you're cremated, you can also put an urn in the vault. And I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and he said that when his grandma died, the grandpa died first. And she loved her man so much that she wanted to be buried on top of her man. That's completely normal. Now, let's talk about cremation rates, because cremation rates have gone up too. More Americans are choosing cremation. The blue line is burials, and you see how the blue line is going down, and the black line is cremations. The number of cremations have increased, and more cremations means fewer new graves. And when a cemetery is full, the priority shifts to maintenance and landscaping. When a body is embalmed, you are drained of your blood and pumped full of toxic chemicals like formaldehyde. What restaurant is about to feed you formaldehyde meat? Name them. Name them. And then I saw in the comment section, chicken don't taste the same. I bought a steak, it don't taste like it used to. That's because chicken is grown 4 times faster to keep up with consumption. Bigger birds mean more breast meat with less taste. And the same with beef. Cattle are being bred for leaner meats with quicker turnover. Steaks used to be dry aged for days or weeks to increase like that depth of flavor. Now it's wet aged in plastic. So that beef is lower quality, but it's more affordable. How else you think they selling steaks at Dollar Tree? Meat tastes different, not because you're eating dead bodies, but because you're eating uniform, convenient, affordable cuts at the cost of flavor. In closing, if you want to control your family's final resting place, invest in a private family cemetery. Curiosity should lead to knowledge, not nonsense.
I believe that gentleman's story who is the gravedigger part-time. And the reason why is because there are a lot of things in this world that make you question and make you go, because a lot of people have some shady business practice. I wasn't a gravedigger or anything, but when I was in the United States Army, I participated on or in funeral detail. Now in the Army, you don't have to have a special occupation to be on or assigned to a funeral details. Any soldier can do it. So I'm sure there are a lot of people in the military that have seen some crazy things. And now what this consists of is soldiers who are on active duty going out rendering honors and respects to the families of the veterans who had just transitioned. So we would go out, perform the service, a military style service at the funeral, show proper respects, and then present the flag or the colors to the recipient of the person who, or the next in line to the person who had just deceased. So this one funeral we went to, like, I would say like a country town. And when we got there, you know, everything seemed normal. It was just 2 of us this time because, you know, you can have a 2-man funeral detail or like up to a 6-man or a bigger party where, you know, they actually shoot the weapons. But this was just a 2-man where they did not request the weapons or the gun salute. So we were doing the funeral. Everything seemed normal. But after we left, it was a big pile of dirt stacked up away from the grave site, and I assumed in my mind, I was like, that must be where the dirt had, because I was asking questions like, where all the dirt at? So then I noticed that it was a big pile of dirt, and the dirt was off. It was not at the actual grave site, so they moved the dirt away. And behind the dirt was a metal casket. And in my mind, I got the attention. I'm like, hey, you see that? I said, I know they ain't finna do what I think they're about to do. I thought in my mind that they were gonna remove the body from the wooden casket, the nice casket that the family paid for. Or, I don't know if they had worked some stuff out to present the body in a wooden casket and then transfer it into a metal casket. But I was thinking in my mind that maybe these funeral homes are removing bodies from the wooden caskets and putting them inside a metal casket that is probably much cheaper, because it looked like it was metal and aluminum maybe. But I believe that gentleman because I know that some strange things are going on, because like they're saying is that there are no new funeral grave sites are appearing. And I know when we buried my grandmother, they was talking about closing that funeral home down, or that funeral site down, because it was crowded already. So I don't know, like, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if this story is real or it is not real, but me as an African, I've come across such stories, and honestly, when they are real, people go in the graveyards and their people are not there. I don't know if some of you have heard of stories of night dancers. Night dancers, these are people who eat dead bodies, or even they eat human beings. Yes, these stories are real. It might sound like a movie or something that is not real, but these stories are real, most especially here in Africa. So I don't know about this guy, but I found this story really triggering and quite scary. So I would say such things honestly do happen. I'm not going to say that really is what people provide in the hotels, because we don't have the evidence. But I have come across stories that are real, scenarios that are real, most especially here in Africa. And people are saying, yes, we have a village where don't go there, otherwise you'll be eaten. So I don't know what you think about this episode. I'm thinking if you've watched it till this far, maybe you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it down in the commentary, or even you can just say hi to me down in the commentary. So all my returning subscribers, you guys, thank you so very much for the love and support. I honestly don't take none of you for granted. So let's meet in another episode that I'll be uploading later on or tomorrow. I love you all. Stay blessed.